That was your Vlasic Instant Classic. That was the APP SunMed St. Louis Open. And now we bring you live to Philadelphia for the APP PickleballSuperstore.com Philadelphia Open Women's Doubles Winner Bracket Final. Vivian Glozman and Alex Truong taking on Simone Jardim and Paris Todd here on Championship Court in the suburbs of the city of brotherly love. There's Paris Todd, 25 years old, now calls Fort Myers, Florida home, but originally from Orange County, California. She's partnered up with Simone Jardim, 44 years old, also basing out of Florida, but originally from Brazil. And then Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman, who were very impressive earlier today in the women's doubles winners bracket semifinals. But Jardim and Todd have to be considered the favorites in this match. They have won all but one women's doubles gold medal here on the 2023 APP Tour, and that is because Simone Jardim was not even able to make it to that tournament, and so they didn't get a chance to keep their perfect record. Dom, if you are Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman, you've gotten to see this duo ad nauseum on the APP Tour this season. What is your key to taking them down?
Got to play clean. We talked about it in their last match where they played Ava Kalist and Riley Bonert. Got to play clean. You got to pick your spots, and it's kind of opposite with Paris Todd. You need to get her extended like we talk about all the time, and don't go at her body. When you go at her body, she clears so well, and her hands are so fast that she's really good there. And the opposite, when you go at Jardim, you want to go at her body you want to go you want to go at her body and not away and let her extend it. Yep. Right? And so, again, a little bit of opposites attract there for the strategy for Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman. But the key right there, Chad, we always talk about is you got to play clean, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't give any mistakes, and there's a few teams that you can't do that with, Jardim and Todd especially. But, for Glozman and Truong, if they play like they did in the winners bracket semifinal, they may have a chance. If Jardim and Todd come out and play like they did in their winners bracket semifinal, then Glozman and Truong don't have a chance. Because they were out there, they were playing loose, they're making balls, they're speeding balls up, they're throwing up lobs, they're hitting drop shots. It's just like you said, they're out there playing around like they've got their opponents on strings.
Puppet masters, I believe, because they're just so good at painting the court, placing the ball exactly where they know it is out of their opponent's reach. But Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman with an incredibly strong run here through the winner's bracket in Philadelphia and looking to do what very few have been able to do, which is catch Paris Todd and Simone Jardim on their heels. It's going to be Todd getting us started in game one with the serve.
Yeah, ball's just wide. One thing Jardim and Todd have to be careful of is that two-hand backhand of Alex Truong. She's done exceptionally well as far as counterattacking and attacking from that side. It's not typically the side that you see that from. Oh, two net runs in 2 points.
Wow, just nothing can go their way right now, and that's just not a good sign early on here.
Truong and Glozman are like, we haven't even made a mistake
I
yet.
mean, there was two resets that literally hit the net cord, spun on top for a little bit, and just trickled down.
Asking the net, whose side are you on? It's supposed to be right down the middle.
Yeah, that's a tough ball for Glozman to speed up from there. The ball was low. She's taking a step back on that backhand side and trying to speed it up cross court.
So 3-0-2, Todd and Jardim working on their opening serve here of this women's doubles winners bracket final. 3 points already.
Good talk right there from Jardim, but again, Jardim going toe-to-toe, right face up on Vivian Glozman.
And Glozman just got a little too big there on both those forehands.
4-0 already. it's got you. I mean, right now I'm burning one. I got to get a regroup here. I got to start over.
Burn it. Find a way that you can relax, because right now Vivian Glozman is extremely tight.
Look at right there. I mean, that is.
And the timeout is called there by Vivian Glozman and Alex Truong. Is before they even get a chance to serve, they find themselves in a 6-0 hole here in Game 1 of our women's doubles winner bracket final.
So, yeah, 6-0 lead for Jardim and Todd right on their first serve to start this game. They had a run like this in the match against Bonert and K-List and end up coming out on top of that game 11-2, and a good start for Jardim and Todd.
But honestly, right now, Jardim and Todd aren't doing anything special.
No.
They've hit a few balls, but it's, again, we come down to it of playing clean pickleball. You set it going into it. Glozman and Truong have to play clean. If they don't play clean and they give up runs like this, it becomes so difficult to try to recuperate from it.
Paris Todd with the serve, trying to build on this 6-0 lead.
Even off balance, Jardim's hitting a perfect reset right there. But again, it's years of experience, knowing what to do with the ball, the pace of it, and they continue to run here.
And the ball's just deep as well.
Alex Truong maybe letting out a little bit of frustration on giving that ball back. Understandably so. Not the way they wanted to start here.
Jardim going for the around the post right there. Just doesn't clear it, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough ball to go around the post, but she does try to come back with a little too much angle rather than going back corner. It's almost like she overran it just a little bit because it was such a firm ball from Glozman.
So Truong and Glozman with a chance to get their first point on the board, but too hard. Down the middle
good
for
leave,
Glozman.
Good leave right there for Paris Todd and Simone Jardim. Again, knowing the pace off of their initial speed up is going to go long.
And a side out. Side out there for Vivian Glozman and Alex Truong. Excuse me. So the ball back on the side of Paris Todd and Simone Jardim, up 8-0 here in Game 1. Good leave there by Simone Jardim.
Well, and that right there is, there's always the question of, like, how do you get better at of not hitting out balls? And that's just knowing the height, knowing how fast that speed up's coming, and there's no way from that height that Glozman had it and how close it was to the net that she was going to be able to keep that ball in with that much pace.
Height, speed, and also where you're at, right? Knowing where you're at on the court. And again, that's just, again, it's something that's hard to teach. It's years of experience on court knowing, because it's totally different coming from another sport. A lot of these players coming from tennis, so it's very difficult. Those balls that you're going to play, you typically don't hear in pickleball, and those are points that are just there for you, right? Those are easy points. If you play those balls, now they turn into 50-50 points instead of it being 100% your point. So making the difference right there is huge, and Paris Todd and Simone Jardim are two of the best at it.
And when they team up together, watch out for their opponents. Most of the time, it does not go their way. Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman certainly finding that out firsthand here in Game 1 of our women's doubles winners bracket final. Paris Todd, Simone Jardim with a chance to win Game 1 right here, up 10-0.
That ball just a little deep. Jardim trying to come over and poach and put that one away. Missed the body of Glozman as well, but
puts them on their second serve. Another game point opportunity.
Ball's just wide.
And so game one goes to Simone Jardim and Paris Todd here in our women's doubles winners bracket final. Before Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman can get a point on the board. So game two going to have to be a different story for Truong and Glozman if they want to get back into this match. We'll bring it to you when we come back.
There's only one winner, just one way out. With every single break comes crashing down. There's only one.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Welcome back to the 2023 APP Pickleball Superstore.com Philadelphia Open. Game two of our women's doubles winners bracket final. Coming your way, Alex Truong with the serve to start us off.
Hey,
Glozman off to a better start already than they did in game one.
Great start for them on the board here early.
First point of the match for them.
Oh, no, it didn't.
But that's just getting a paddle on the ball. Jardim gets it right off the end of the paddle, hits the net cord, sits up on top. Oh, it stayed in somehow.
A little gust of wind, I think, came across the court at that exact time.
Well, wind is behind Jardim and Todd right now.
0-1-2.
Just every roll going the way of Paris Todd and Simone Jardim right now. Rolling over from game one into game two. No pun intended.
Pun totally intended, but fizzle out.
Simone Jardim with the serve.
Oh, it's in. Oh, my God.
Great get by Paris Todd, and then a little miscommunication by Truong and Glozman. You'll see it here.
And it is a yours, mine. No, yours, mine, yours. And neither.
Yeah, Jardim standing a little too tall on that one. Didn't quite get underneath that ball. Came across the top of it.
1-2-1 for Vivian Glozman. Just rips that ball.
Ooh, it's there, and Todd just getting a little out in front of it.
Another look. Just misses wide.
Well, one thing's for sure, you can't miss easy drops into the net like that one from Alex Truong.
2-2-2 for the 18-year-old serve.
And that's 2. Both of those just a little lazy with the footwork. The last one, Glozman standing straight up.
2-2-1.
So it's a side out. Paris Todd with the serve.
Nice drop right there from Jardim, and that's the pressure, though, from Todd. Jarjing's dropping that. Todd is crashing. Glozman's trying to keep it away from her.
Yeah, it's in.
Jarjing's chasing it down, going, go, 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 get out, get out.
But Glozman finds a sweet spot there.
Oh, she just missed the spot there. Caught too much on the forehand. Looked like she was going for left hip. And good ball movement there. That ball gets behind the left foot of Alex Truong. So hard to bring back forward after he gets back there.
4-2-2 for Jardim serve.
That's great spot. Corner pocket for Simone Jardim. Just on her front foot, leaning forward and keeping that ball in.
Timeout called on the court by Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman. They're already doing obviously better than they did in game 1. Another look here at that last point caused Truong and Glozman to call the timeout. Like you said, corner pocket. Dom?
But again, it's the positioning there. So she twisted Glozman around, but we saw it in the winners bracket semifinal where Jardim did it a couple of times to Kalis, where taking too much or committing too much to the middle, you end up letting go of that ball outside the left shoulder in Glozman's case, thinking that she's hitting the short court, but she's hitting to the longest part of the court.
So Simone Jardim and Paris Todd up 5-2-2 here in game 2.
Great spot there from Paris Todd, again right at the right hip of Vivian Glozman. And it's not that Glozman wasn't trying to clear herself, but that ball got on her so fast from Paris Todd.
Paris Todd just says, wow.
Yeah, that. I think that was Simone commenting about how bad her lob was right there. She just fed
Paris is looking at her going, "You trying to get me killed?"
Just fed the easiest ball right as Paris was crashing forward. That's a watch your lips ball right there.
Great get by Glozman. Are you kidding me with that point? Everybody's staying poised and in it for the longest time.
Well, again, that's women's doubles at its best right here is the firefights. But then the best part is the resets, and then Jardim trying to flip down the line just goes a little long.
6-1. Great patience shown there, though, by Truong and Glozman, staying in those firefights. And then that drop left short by Truong. Puts him onto their second serve.
3-6-2.
3-6-2 for Glozman's serve.
So Jardim was going to hit it around the post, made the decision mid-shot that it wasn't going to develop long enough. Just went back, nice heavy backspin back at Truong.
So it's a side out. Paris Todd with the serve, 6-3-1.
Well, she squared up that Skechers sign.
6-3-2 for Simone Jardim serve.
Yeah, that ball was just wide.
And it's Paris Todd's cross-court forehand dink. Goes just a little wide.
3-6-1.
So a side out here. Vivian Glozman with the serve.
Nice little run here for Glozman and Truong. Right back in this second game.
4-6-1.
Great cover by Jardim in the middle, knowing that there's a possibility of a counter back down the middle. She pinches there to her forehand side, covers that up, and finishes.
It's fighting over balls in the middle right there.
Paris Todd just sending this overhead too low, back into the net.
And that is a great sign there for Truong and Glozman, as Paris Todd and Simone Jardim are forced to call a timeout here. A nice run from Truong and Glozman to get right back in this second game.
Trailing by just 1 point after getting blanked in game one, 11-0. Vivian Glozman and Alex Truong showing some impressive composure, too, because it's not just that you're taking on Simone Jardim and Paris Todd, who are just absolutely a dynamite duo in women's doubles here on the APP Tour, but then you take game one like that. Chad, how do you get back into this? What did Truong and Glozman have to remind themselves of?
Well, they're playing clean to pickleball. They're not making mistakes. They're not going for too much. They're making Jardim and Todd have to work and have to play for each point. You know, they went down 6-0, and then they've slowly crept back, and Jardim and Todd are moving the ball around well, but it's Glozman and Truong that have been able to match that as far as moving the ball around back to Jardim and Todd. And when they do get in the situations, they're just putting that ball back, forcing Jardim and Todd to go for more each time.
It is best 2 out of 3 games here at the APP PickleballSuperstore.com Philadelphia Open. Truong and Glozman fighting their way through game 2, trying to force that game 3. But a side out of the timeout called by Jardim and Todd. Gets the ball back on their side. Paris Todd with the serve.
In, spin back. Yeah.
Oh, that's so tough, too, because as you're calling that, Chad, right there, that ball bounces over, and it is going back to the other side of the net after it bounced because it had so much spin on it.
Truong yelling at the ball midway through, get over! Which it did, but then it came back real hot.
And I did misspeak. Jardim and Todd went up 6-2 because it was 2-2 at one point.
Yes. Well-placed ball there on Alex Truong's forehand, right into the feet of Simone Jardim.
Yeah, good spot again. If you're going to get it anywhere, you have to go exactly at the feet, force them to try and hit up on the ball.
Yeah, it's too good of a backhand cross-court roll there from Paris Todd. You saw her really add some pace onto that one, some heavy shape. And once that ball hit the court, it just took off away from Vivian Glozman.
8-5-2 for Jardim's serve.
Yeah, and that's where you saw the difference. The two balls at Paris Todd right into the hips, she counterattacked like it was nothing. That one was a little bit more extended. She couldn't get a good swing of it, caught it off the end of the paddle.
5-8-1, Vivian Glozman serving.
Off the tape right there does Vivian Glozman. No good. That ball gets popped up. That's an easy put away for Simone Jardim.
5-8-2. Truong now with the serve, 5-8-2. Ball sailing quite long.
Yeah, a lot of junk on that return there from Jardim. Truong not recognizing it, still taking a full swing. That ball stayed down and it moved away from it.
Side out, Paris Todd with the serve. Simone Jardim with the forehand through the middle, just too strong.
Just on strings right there. You watch Jardim go hard dink cross court, then speed up cross court, cover in the middle, and then it's Paris Todd going opposite side, and they just have them on strings right now in a 4-point lead.
Simone Jardim and Paris Todd sitting just 2 points away from locking in their spot on Championship Sunday in our women's doubles gold medal match. But even if Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman cannot come back here in the women's doubles winner bracket final, they will have another opportunity to punch their ticket to Sunday. Loser of this one goes to the bronze medal match, which is the consolation bracket winner. And the winner of that bronze medal match gets a chance to play on Sunday. So they do have a chance to come back, something pretty unique in the pickleball world, to the APP Tour here. And if you're Truong and Glozman, even if you don't come back in this game too, which I recognize is still very possible because they have fought much better in this game too, what is your biggest takeaway of what's possible after getting blanked in game one and then fighting in game two?
Well, they've played with more confidence in game two, right? They've dictated some more points. They've played a little better. They've found some holes here and there, so they've played a lot better here in game two. There's a lot to take away from if they don't come out on top here in game two.
Well, I think one thing that we haven't seen yet is they haven't really tried to apply any pressure. And it's kind of, you know, Jardim and Todd have just dictated everything up until this point. They had, with Glozman and Truong's little run, it was just that they were playing a little bit cleaner. They still weren't dictating a lot of the points.
Instead, it's a match point opportunity here. Simone Jardim and Paris Todd put this thing to bed. Punch their ticket to Championship Sunday and the women's doubles gold medal match, taking down Alex Truong and Vivian Glozman. We will hear from the duo when we come back.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Powerplate, Yola, and Level Up.
And we'll take another look at match point here for Simone Jardim and Paris Todd. An excellent combination there from Jardim to finish this one off. They're moving through to Sunday in the women's gold medal match. We have Dominic Catalano, who's courtside with Paris and Simone.
All right, surprise, surprise. Simone Jardim, Paris Todd moving on to another championship Sunday. Simone game one, very clean, 11-0. They came back, put it to you a little bit in game two. What was the difference for you and for them in game two?
I mean, honestly, like the wind does play a factor, I think, because they felt like they could swing freely. And then we had a couple like hesitation balls because you don't know, like, is it going to fly out or is it going to stay in with the wind that strong? You don't know. So then it helps, the team kind of get a little bit more forward and put pressure on you. So then I made some stupid little mistakes based on that pressure, and then we kind of settled down and got our, together.
And then Paris, it seemed like second game when you were on this side, winds at your back a little bit. That two-handed cross-court roll really was working for you to give you some opportunities. Was something you were looking for there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working on that shot a little bit, so I've been working on it without her a little. I wanted to surprise her. She's been a week away from me, so I'm glad to have my girl back. But, yeah, I've been working on that shot a little bit, so see it a little more, hopefully.
All right, you guys moving on to Championship Sunday. Just one fun thing here. 2-6, game number 2. Simone throws up a half a lob. You were charging hard. You guys were cracking up after that point. Did you ask her, why are you trying to kill me?
I mean, I think she just does it to keep me on my toes. Like, at this point, we just need to spice up our relationship a little bit.
Well, I love it. You guys moving on to Championship Sunday. Congrats. We're going to throw it back to Chad and AJ.